Alright, if you asked me what the fastest way to learn how to develop web applications is, I would tell you right here. It's right here. It's this right here. Learning how to code well might not seem like a big deal to some champions who have been coding since the age of 9, 8, maybe, but to the us common folk, us normal people, it's pretty hard. It took a lot of time, it takes a lot of struggle, it takes a lot of giving up, but still pushing through. So I'm going to show you what is the fastest way to learn all of this. All right, go on YouTube. For example, you check out a roadmap and you find out, all right, to learn this, when you research about learning web development, you see, all right, so, well, I'll have to make React apps and APIs, right? That's what a web app comprises of, basically. Let's start with an API. I have chosen JavaScript. So let's see JavaScript API. I have this guy, JavaScript Mastery. He's really good at what he does. So he has an API, build a REST API with Node.js and ExpressScript. And then when you watch the video, you watch it, maybe you watch till 20 minutes. Now you've reached a milestone. You have learned, you have consumed this information, but this information is not going to stick. It's not going to stick. Trust me, it never sticks. So what you have to do right now is shut this off. Remember the timestamp. Shut this off, and even if your mind is blank right now, go to your projects folder. I'm going to go to mine right now. Open terminal. Alright, so for example, you are in your projects folder and you want to create a new file. Let's go to a new folder. Let's create a new folder. JavaScript API. Let's go into this folder, JavaScript API. Let's clear everything. Now let's initiate an Express app. Let's go and say, all right, yarn init. Let's initiate a API. Yarn init y. This is what I saw in the video first. But now I can't remember what we did next, right? You can't remember what happens next. You go back to the video, you check what happens, you come back here, right here. Don't watch the video, don't keep watching the video, and you continue. You find out that, all right, yarn, now I'll have to, well, now my Node.js app is set up. Now I just have to add the files and add the packages. So from that video I needed Express, so I'm going to add Express, and then I'm going to open the editor of my choice, and I'm going to see, okay, what are the next steps. If you go into these files, you will get a link. You will remember, oh, what he did after this. Alright, so there's a dependency already. But I don't know how to run this. Usually Node.js apps run with Node, but I saw the guy use something else. He used NodeMon to keep it refreshing, right? On every save, it refreshes, it restarts itself, so we don't have to stop the program and start it again. So I'm going to go to my terminal and I'm going to add yarn, add NodeMon. Also, he had a script, so I'm going to go to script, and the dev script, if I remember correctly, was NodeMon app.js. But we don't have an app.js. Let's create an app.js. Alright, now what did he do? Alright, so maybe he created, now you might not remember all of this. I've done this a lot, so I remember this. The more you keep doing it, the more you'll remember it. So first he got Express in here, equals to require Express, and then const, I think it was app, and then he said Express. What did he do next? I think it was app.listen. On what port? 2000. Now you might not remember what goes next, right? You remember till the port. So now that you've forgotten, erase everything. All right, don't do it when you're too far down the thing, right? but do it when you have to. So if you go back to the video, check what happens next and rewrite the entire thing. Const express equals to the video, that you write the message, you write the side effect of what happens when the app starts. So server running on board. Alright, so now that we know this, now let's try and run it. Node app.js, and it works. The server is running on 2000. How do we check that? How do you know that the server is running? If you go to port 2000 right now, if you go to localhost 2000, you'll not get anything. Why is this happening? You go back to the video, you check why this is happening, and then you make the amendments. After watching the video, maybe you realize, okay, I forgot something very important. You erase everything, you write it all back, and then you add the thing that you are missing to get the results that you want. Over here, you take the request and the response object, and you get it here, you get it here, and then you return res.send hello world. And now you go back to the browser, and now you will notice that, oh, my app isn't refreshing when I save it. Maybe I forgot something. That guy's app was refreshing. You go back to this and you remember, oh, I added nodemon.app.js. So let's just run yarn dev, because the scripts contain all the things that you can put after yarn or npm to run any script that you want, basically. So yarn dev. Alright, so server is running. Now if I save something, it restarts. Now it's running on 2000, and now if I go to this, we'll get hello world. Our app works. Similarly, for TypeScript, if you want to set up an app with TypeScript, I'm going to delete everything here, including the node modules. So you are going to see, alright, so now everything is gone. Now, if you wanted to learn TypeScript, right, you already know how to set up an app with JavaScript, but now you want to upgrade, you want TypeScript. So you learn how to set up an app again. You learn from the beginning, yarn init y. Alright, so package and JSON got added. The more you notice these little things, that what happens when you do certain actions, when you write some code, you're going to learn. It's going to embed itself in your mind. I'm sorry. So I'm going to yarn add all the things that I needed. Okay, I need TypeScript. I need TS node dev. What else do I need for TypeScript? I need Express. What else do I need? We'll find out, I guess. We'll find out later. Alright, we have these things. Now I'm going to initiate a TypeScript .json file, tsconfig. So I'm going to do that. And now we have a tsconfig file. Now the main file is index.js, which we don't really want, because when you learn about TypeScript, when you introduce yourself to TypeScript, you will find out that TypeScript just compiles itself to JavaScript, nothing much. It's basically JavaScript running, but for the developer, it's TypeScript, that's it. So you go over here, you go to your you add yarn ts node dev, just in case I forgot it. Now you go over here, you go to scripts, you go to dev, you say ts dev, and now it's running on port 3000. Everything works. So that's basically a little thing that I wanted to let you know, that it's pretty easy. I also taught you how to set up a JavaScript and a TypeScript server in Node.js, right? So that's a plus point of all of this. So I guess, yeah, I'm going to stop recording now.